An Olympic gymnast has been sent home for drinking and smoking in Paris. A human finger was found in a driveway and returned to the owner, and plants with racist names will be renamed. These are the weird stories on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast recorded by a loser in a closet. Here we go. The captain of Japan's gymnastics team has been kicked out of the Olympics for drinking and smoking. I sound like I just picked up drinking and smoking right there. We have here a female gymnast on the Japanese Olympic gymnastics team. She's actually the captain. She's been sent home from Paris, France, and will not be participating. She's not going to be participating at the Olympic Games later this month for allegedly breaking a team ban on smoking and drinking alcohol. It sounds to me like she was just trying to blend into the Parisian culture, you know. In Paris, man, when you arrive, I think they give you a pack of smokes and a baguette, and they take away your deodorants. Punching down on the Parisians. I apologize. I shouldn't be punching down on the Parisians. They've given the world so much. Cheese, wine, infidelity. I mean, we need to hold the Parisians up as cultural icons, I think. Let's get back into the story here about this Japanese girl who's in big trouble for smoking and drinking. Can I just say also, I think smoking is totally the thing in Japan, too. They're like some of the highest percentage of smokers in the world. It's like a national pastime over there, but apparently, I guess if you're on the gymnastics team, although this isn't a performance-enhancing drug, one could make the argument it's a performance-dehancing drug. You should be able to do whatever dehancing drugs you want to do if you're on the Olympics team, in my opinion. I'm actually okay for performance-enhancing drugs too. I like my athletes to be the best ever. I want them to break records all the time. We could have a second Olympics that's for performing enhancing Olympics. Yeah, I can't speak today. I'm so hungover. There should be a performing enhancing Olympics and a non-performing enhancing Olympics. I'm going to tell you right now, if you put that out there, though, you know which one we're watching. Yeah, there will be, the public sentiment will be on, we're all going to watch the performance-enhancing Olympics. That'll get at least twice the ratings of the other one. You know, why don't we do that and let the market decide? You know, people aren't really watching the Olympics anymore anyways. Who gives a damn? Olympics? I didn't even know they were happening. Do you think I'm going to watch a lick of the Olympics? Probably not. I'd watch this drinking and smoking gymnast though, if they let her in it. I would like to see her do the gymnastics thing with a cigarette in her mouth, do some of her maneuvers on the horse, the cobble horse, is that what they call it? Smoking on the cobble horse, I tell you I was smoking on the cobble horse. Whoa, gym coach, don't you kick me out of Paris. Everybody knows that smoking on the cobble horse is cool. I'm dying in this closet. It's so hot. It's so hot right now. Okay, let's talk about this girl. Shoko Miyata, age 19. She's the captain of her country's women's artistic gymnastics team. They call it an artistic gymnastics team. I like that. I didn't know it was an artistry, but they consider it so. She left Japan's training camp in Monaco on Thursday after an investigation found that she allegedly violated the Japan Gymnastics Association's rules. There's a snitch in here somewhere. We gotta find who this snitch is on Japan's gymnastics team. How horrible that you would snitch out your gym captain. Well, you know, captain. You know, maybe captain was a target. Maybe someone else felt as though they deserved to be captain, and they saw their captain with a beret on at a cafe, drinking wine, eating a baguette, and smoking some cigarettes, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna turn her in. It says, with her confirmation and after discussions on all sides, it has been decided that she will withdraw from the Olympics, according to reporters in Tokyo. Funny that she's has to withdraw from the Olympics for smoking yet. Isn't there like a child rapist in the Olympics this year? That dude from the Netherlands, whatever his name is, Steven something, I think. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. A pedophile's participating. He's on the volleyball team. But yet this poor girl, Matsumi, Or, no, I think I messed up her name. That's the name of her coach. Her name is Shoko. I'm not great with Japanese names. I can pronounce Shohei Ohtani. I'm very good at that. Shohei Ohtani just kicked the crap out of my baseball team all weekend. I watched that. Back to the story here about the smoking gymnast. Matsumi Harada is the athlete's personal coach. He says that Miyata's actions are reckless, but he acknowledged that she's been struggling with the pressure of competing at the Olympic Games. The coach says, quote, "She was spending her days really burdened with so much pressure. I would implore people to just understand that." Yeah, I mean, imagine the pressure that you're on. You're at the Olympics. You're representing your country. You're 19 years old. You know, everybody's counting on you. Your whole life has been built up for this. You've been told that you're going to be in the Olympics. You're built for the Olympics. We need you to be in the Olympics. Get into the Olympics. Parents are like, we spent all this money on private gymnastics lessons for you. You better be the best of the best. You know, this poor girl, and at the end of the day, she just wants to de-escalate all that with a glass of vino and a cigarette. Who can blame her? Yeah, I mean, I, for one, feel bad for her. And after she heard the news that she was kicked off the team, I'll bet you she needed a cigarette. A human finger was found in a driveway, identified, and returned to the owner. Doesn't that just piss you off when you walk out of your house to get the morning paper and someone has thrown their finger on your driveway? You know, and there's like a trash bin right there, bro. You could have just got it in the trash bin. You got to chuck it on my property. This story's out of Tacoma, Washington, a place where people like to litter their digits. The case of a mysterious human finger was found in a Tacoma, Washington driveway. A couple weeks ago, it's been solved, and the digit has been returned to its rightful owner. Well, a few weeks have gone by. I assume you can't reattach this. Can you reattach this? I'm not a doctor. I'm going to assume even if you kept the damn thing on ice for the last week and a half, you still can't reattach it. Although they are doing miracles in the medical world, who knows? Has anyone had put their toes on their fingers instead after they couldn't reattach their fingers? So you got like a toe for a finger? That'd be kind of wild, right? I don't know. I'm just letting my imagination run rampant right here, as I typically do in the closet. What do you do though if you someone gives back your severed fingers? You know, knowing you can't reattach them, I would like maybe store them in honey, get them all hard in honey, and then after they're super hard, cut them out into Christmas ornaments and then hang them on the tree. Anyone have any better ideas of what to do with your severed fingers when someone gives them back to you and you can't reattach them? Earrings, maybe? I mean, definitely could be used to prank your friends. That's for sure. You know, you toss them in your buddy's Cheerios or something. That would be. Tape them to your steering wheel of your car as a joke. That'd be pretty wild. You just see there's nobody in the car, but there's fingers on the steering wheel. Yeah, I'm twisted. But perhaps you're more twisted. You call the show with your ideas on what to do with some severed fingers. 646-450-2012. The what to do with severed fingers phone lines are open, baby. Back to our lovely story out of Tacoma, Washington. During the afternoon of July 5th, apparently, Tacoma Police Department officers responded to a report of a finger found in a driveway. July 5th, guys. I wonder how the finger was lost. You think it could have been, I don't know, rockets? According to the statement by the Public Information Officer, Detective William Muse, it was found on a driveway on South Pine Street. Detective Muse provided an update in a statement a couple days ago that a person saw the story online and called the Pierce County Medical Examiner's Office, which had taken custody of the digit, to claim the finger. So the owner of the finger saw the story. It was probably on Facebook. Police are always putting their crap on Facebook. They just love Facebook. They're like boomers. They just can't stay off Facebook. So someone saw the ad and said, "Oh, that's my finger. When can I pick up my finger? My finger. You have my finger." "Honey, did the cops give you the finger?" "Oh, they've given me the finger in multiple ways in my life, honey." One of these days, I'm going to give them the finger. Okay, back to the story. The unidentified man, he's not being identified. It's not like we're not going to know who he is. As soon as he waves hi, we're going to know who he is. He's missing multiple digits, he says. He admitted to losing multiple digits, quote, messing around with some fireworks. See, I knew that before I even read it. The detective didn't provide the identity of the man who claimed the finger in his statement. He did explain the latent prints on the recovered finger corresponded with the information about the person available in the FBI database. Well, why didn't you just take fingerprints of the finger when you had it in your possession and reach out to the guy and say, "Hey, bro, we got your middle finger." Why didn't you do something like that? You have the database. I don't know. Lazy. There's no money in it. That's why. Police only want to do things that there's money in it. The detective added that there will be no criminal charges pursued in this. I don't even know. Do you even have a case for criminal charges? Is the owner of the driveway allowed to sue for what? Littering? What is that? Exposing me to a horror scene and it's not Halloween? What do you... what charges can be pursued for this? I mean, maybe the guy's bowling team has a case if he can't bowl anymore. He probably still can bowl, though, with 3 fingers, right? I'm sorry. I have. Sometimes I just laugh at my own stupid idea. Your bowling team sues you because you had your fingers blown off. This was latent disregard for the upcoming bowling tournament that he blew off his fingers being careless with fireworks on the 4th of July. That was my impression of one of his bowling mates who's obviously from Boston. Now, the police say there was no blood around the finger. Well, that's odd. And it appeared to have been possibly left on the property by an animal, perhaps a bird. That's what. Oh, so the guy wasn't even near this driveway, so a bird picked it up and dropped it off on the driveway. Right. Oh, that's so wild. Oh, the mystery deepens here. How did this finger get over there? I mean, it would be odd to see someone blow off their fingers and just walk away without doing anything. You know, your finger's off, man. Ah, it's just a flesh wound. I got 7 more. Now, it says calls were made by the police to local hospitals when they found the finger, but apparently there was no report of anyone being treated over 4th of July holiday for any sort of dismembering injury. And you're probably wondering, in other countries, if you blew your fingers off, why wouldn't you go to the hospital in the US of A? Well, I hate to break the news to you, but if you happen to not have insurance, you would. It's very common to get a hospital bill in the tens of thousands of dollars. Approaching 6 figures is also in the realm of possibility. I don't know what it costs to reattach digits, but I'm going to guess it's tens of thousands of dollars. And that puts one in quite a dilemma. You ask yourself, well, you know, should I put the fingers back on? I mean, I want fingers, but I also don't want to be homeless. You know, it's quite a conundrum. And I have to say, it's led to, and I can say from personal experience, some crafty DIY medical procedures that one might do on themselves. I mean, revolving severed fingers, I can imagine. Maybe cauterizing the wound with an iron at home, maybe. Tourniquets are involved. Probably a few hits of the Jack Daniels as well, so you don't feel it. I attempted to pull out my own stitches once because I couldn't afford to go back to the hospital and get them taken out by a professional. That was a failed attempt. I guess what I'm trying to make clear for those of you who haven't experienced the medical industry in the United States of America, if you blow off your own fingers in the States and then without insurance you go to the hospital to get those fingers reattached, you'll probably, because of the hospital bill, lose an arm and a leg. Plants with racist names will be renamed. An international body of botanists. Ooh, I love that phrase, a body of botanists. That'd be a good band name. Just on the stage, you just put some potted plants and whatnot. Paint your body green with a body of botanists. Writing songs about maybe photosynthesis. I'd imagine you'd write songs about photosynthesis if you're the body of botanists band. Someone run with this. This is an amazing concept. I don't have many. We have an international body of botanists that voted to rename more than 200 species of plants, fungi, and algae whose scientific names include variations of this word kafra, which is an Arabic word for infidel that is used as a racial slur against black people. Well, I've never heard this word before. I hope I'm not going to get canceled for saying it in the closet today. You have to be concerned about such things, guys. This is the world we now live in. Can I still say we? Is that still an okay word? We? Now it says here, the move by the International Botanical Congress agreed at a meeting in Madrid marks the first time that researchers have voted to eliminate offensive plant species names, according to the publication Nature. The measure passed with 350 researchers voting in favor. 205 were opposed. What's wrong with these people that were opposed? No, we like that word. Super racist. You know. Plus, what do you think the plant's going to think? The plant probably doesn't want its name changed. These plants, they've been used to this name for hundreds of years when we made the names. What's wrong with people? I think I covered a story about how they changed offensive bird names rather recently. So this is a thing, changing of the names. Various birds were named after the people that discovered them who did bad things. There was some really just degenerate bird watchers way back in the day. Or ornithologists. Is that what you call them? I think they're ornithologists. I should know that. One of my ex-roommates was studying to be an ornithologist. I think she's doing it now. I saw some photos on her Instagram. She's in the desert playing with birds. Seems like a cool gig. Anyways, I say all that to say that they did change some bird names because they were named after former slave owners, and some of the bird names were just wildly offensive to begin with, such as the red-speckled booby. I'm so sorry I said that word on the show, guys. Please, please forgive me. So back to the plants. Going forward, names with variations of the word Caffra will instead use variations of AFR, Afra, a nod to Africa. For instance, the coast coral tree, Erythrina caffra, will hereafter be known as Erythrina afra. Got it, guys? That's the change they're going to make. Botanists agreed to create a special committee to review the new species names as well and reject those seen as offensive and derogatory, names that might hurt the feelings. I don't know whose feelings are being hurt. This is Latin. No one even knows what this stuff means, but apparently people are offended. So they want to reject the names seen as derogatory, such as those that honor enslavers. The committee will only look at species named after 2026 and will not, to the disappointment of some researchers, review existing names. Well, I don't know what that means. It doesn't seem to make sense to me. You're going to only look at species named after 2026 and not review existing names? Isn't that sort of the mission of this? The existing names are offensive? Anyways. Who can wrap their heads around the antics of botanists, guys? But anyways, I'm glad they're doing this. This has been a long time coming. I've been calling for the renaming of offensive plants for many years, ever since I came across that ass crack grass. You know that stuff. And that super offensive tree. You guys know the one, the pea hole pine. And I was never a fan of the Nazis are cool ivy either. We may never hear this news again. What's up, my friends? How was your weekend? Tell me how you are. Did you enjoy the Florida Friday episode? I hope that you did. I want to thank everybody who reached out to me over the weekend and showed support. Miggy Piggy bought me coffees off my website, weirdafnews.com. Miggy Piggy, what a pretty cool name, right? Miggy Piggy bought me coffee and then wrote a nice, lovely note here. It says, rather than an alarm every morning, my Google Nest is set up to play Weird AF News every day, Monday through Sunday. Although, heard you say where I can find you. Today, July 20th, marks the first time ever that I search you up, and you look just how I imagined you would, Jonesy. LOL. You have a voice that really matches your look, or vice versa. That's really sweet, I think. Is that a compliment? I'm not sure. I've never been told I look like my voice. In fact, most people that see me, they're often surprised when they actually look me up on social media or something. They're like, oh, I didn't know. They were surprised that I look like that. But not Miggy Piggy. Miggy Piggy was like, no, this is exactly how I expected him to look. Anyways, very generous of Miggy Piggy to buy me coffee. I so appreciate that. It really cheered me up. If you guys want to buy me coffee, just go to weirdafnews.com. And right there, you can click on Buy Me a Coffee link, or you can join the Patreon over there. That's another way to do it. Now, I got this email here. I get these occasional updates from this website called Chartable, and it charts the ranking of Weird AF News in the world. And so just you're probably wondering, like, how is Weird AF News, how is it ranking in the world? Is it a popular podcast? Well, just so you know, it spits out some data here. Here's my ranking right now. I don't rank in the majority of the countries, certainly not in the U.S., because it's a very competitive market here. But in the news category, I'm number 98 in Lithuania in the news category. That's down 53 spots, it says, for some reason. I'm not sure. Maybe I've had a falling out in Lithuania. In Nepal, I'm ranked number 211 in the news section. Down 7 spots, by the way, which I'm not pleased with. I was hoping to really take over the charts in Nepal. And I'm ranked number 83 in Tunisia under the news category, which is 8 spots down. And in Guyana, I am ranked 68 in the news section. This is on Apple Podcasts, by the way. It only gives me the Apple Podcasts. But so those are my rankings, only in 4 countries. And they're countries that I've never been. Maybe one day. I mean, if I got fans in Tunisia, I don't even know what you do over there, but hey, why not go? There's got to be at least 15 people over there listening to Weird AF News. I'm ranked 83rd. Come on, in Tunisia? How do you do that? It's Tunisia, guys. Come on, I'm kicking ass over there in Tunisia. Anyways, that's fascinating, isn't it? I hardly ever even open that email because it's always like I'm ranking so low in places. I'm like, who cares? Who cares? Anyways, you guys can help my ranking, I think by writing a review of the podcast. I'm not really sure, but I don't think there's helping this podcast crack it in the top 100 on any major U.S. platform. But who knows? Who knows? If you give me some stars on the Spotify podcast, maybe that'll do something for my ratings. I don't know. If you got time, it only takes a second. That'd be cool. Do it. Or do nothing. Just enjoy the show and enjoy life. Good luck with your life, man.